Hi, all. My name is Matt Carnavelli, and I'm a member of the MD class of 2024. I'm really excited to be a member of Geisinger and Learning Community F. So, getting into the map of my life, I was born in Pittsburgh, PA in 1998, so I might be one of the younger kids in our class. I've spent my whole life in Pittsburgh and honestly have traveled very few places, so I've pretty much spent all of my life in my hometown. One of the things that really informed my identity is discovering rock music when I was 11 or 12 years old. I knew my parents listened to very famous records, but I had no idea what they were about and wanted to learn about them. The first two things I listened to were the most impactful for me: the Beatles' Abbey Road and Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. They both to this day are my favorite things to listen to. Ever since, I have expanded my musical knowledge and really just love everything about rock music from the 60s to today. Soon after this, I started high school at Central Catholic in Pittsburgh. Starting high school might not seem important to a lot of people, but Central is a special place. It's in the middle of the city of Pittsburgh, and even though I grew up in the suburbs, I basically spent so much time at Central that I became a city kid. Further, my dad and many members of my family graduated from Central, so I had a lot of family legacy in the building. Central has a really unique profile and reputation in Pittsburgh, and Central graduates are held to a really high standard of moral and professional excellence in Pittsburgh. So I feel really thankful and blessed to have attended there. While I was at Central, I discovered my other passions for vintage cars and classic movies. I have a real love for the beauty and historical importance of old cars and think that they're a major part of American history and culture that should be preserved. Some cars I'd like to own one day are a 1965 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, a 1957 Ford Thunderbird, or a '69 Plymouth Superbird, which I have a special interest in because my granddad actually owned and drove one when he was a young man. Further, I love the art and aesthetics of classic film and think it's another type of American art and heritage that should be preserved and curated. Some of my favorite old movies include The Searchers, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and No Country for Old Men. I have a unique love for westerns, which is pretty rare these days, even among film buffs. I graduated high school in 2016 and then attended college at the University of Pittsburgh. There, I studied organic chemistry and English literature, and you can see my blended passion for science, which led me to medical school, and my passion for culture, which I also feed into my desire to become a writer one day. While at Pitt, I joined the Delta Chi fraternity, which was a great experience for me. I was a pretty strong introvert, and the fraternity forced me out of my comfort zone and to experience new social things which I would have never pursued on my own. Finally, I haven't traveled much in my life, but in 2018 I was able to travel to Havana, Cuba. It was one of the most fascinating experiences of my life. I was able to see the beautiful art, architecture, and cars of Havana, but was also able to see the really different conditions that a somewhat impoverished country experiences. Despite the economic challenges they faced, the Cuban people were still really proud and passionate about their country, and it was really fascinating and inspiring to see. If I had an opportunity to go back and spend time in Cuba as a volunteer or a medical student, I would absolutely go back. Finally, I was accepted to Geisinger this winter and graduated Pitt in May of 2020. I'm really looking forward to starting this new chapter of my life as a medical student and getting started at school. Thanks for listening, and I can't wait to meet everyone soon.